It is time for yet another race. What is going on, everybody? We have an 8-way race this time around. We got Sestrin, Classic Advent, Scrimps, Eldritch, as well as, over on the other stream, Crazy Four Blades, Alex, we got Ren, and we got Durdrag. Fantastic speedrunners of the Symphony of the Night Randomizer. This is an open qualifier race to get entered into the final bracket for the tournament. Let's let these players get started in just a few seconds here. Today we are going to be playing the oh-so-fun preset that everyone knows and loves, which is Chimera. Let me get that on the screen for you guys. So if you're unsure how Chimera works, !Chimera in the chat will give you guys the breakdown. This is race number 3. And we're seeing Silver Ring at the start here. You'll love to see it. So one of the quirks of this tournament, as always, is that all of these competitors are going to be starting in the second castle. As you can see here, we're in the reverse outer wall. Another fun part about Chimera is the fact that you start with the Godspeed boots. So you're going to be seeing these players running a little bit faster in the air and on the ground than you would normally. It's also nice to spawn next to the beam skeletons because they're easy enough to kill. They get you a decent amount of experience. And these players are right next to a boss, which will incur a relic check as well. So we're going to go ahead and see how these players are handling it. And it seems like Crazy Four Blades, earlier in the just like general talking about the tournament and stuff, he kind of seemed a little down on his skills, but he's the first to enter the boss fight. We'll see if he's going to be able to handle the boss fight quickly. Very, very well spacing outside of the range of these bosses. Or the boss attacks. Goes for the Tetra Spirit, increase the damage here, and that is a dead creature 1 minute into the seed. Not bad. And is rewarded with the Holy Symbol. Can I get the Jolie Symbol emote in chat, please? I want to see that spinning fish with the snorkel. Ruby Circlet also found here. I imagine everybody is going to be taking this direction towards Castle Keep, even if you do plan to stay in the second castle, which I think a lot of people probably won't. But we'll see. This is one of the presets where all bosses are not required for this tournament to beat the game. So with that in mind, it's very likely that your goal is to just get to the first castle as soon as possible so you can start making real progress. So we'll see how these players want to play it from here. I believe Crazy hasn't yet to save the game, and he is entering the clock tower. I've seen the other players playing a little bit more cautiously up to this point, so we'll see how that plays out for him. But Crazy seems to say, screw it, balls to the wall, let's go fast. Ooh, and Crazy is rewarded with a gauntlet, which will increase his attack power. And I don't think, I think the Harper is not as strong as the Graham, which is the starting weapon that they have, which is a very solid sword. The other fun part about Chimera is it is a chimera of different presets. It's a combination of multiple presets. So, for example, the Lycanthrope preset, where if you have the, you start with the Soul of Wolf, and then it gives you like discounted wolf movement and like strong MP resources for wolf movement. That is available in this preset as soon as you find the Soul of Wolf. So you still need to find it, but then you get the Lycanthrope movement, which is very powerful. You also get the intelligence boost if you find Gas Cloud, the same intelligence boost that you would get in the Warlock preset. As well as the fact that once you find Solar or Form of Mist, your Mist transformation is free. So it costing 0 MP does give you the ability to do some out-of-logic checks in the first castle if you find Mist early, because you could just spam the Mist button and it doesn't cost MP and you can kind of slowly fly with that. And Crazy Four Blades finds a library card in the breakable wall here. These breakable walls are very important to check because they have a higher likelihood of being an important item like a library card or a mana prism, because they're hard-coded to be single-use items, a random single-use item. So finding a library card is very, very powerful, and I think most players are going to go for that library card. And also, Darkwing Bat throwing Crazy against the wall. He's just going to spam spells, which is generally the strong thing to do in this game, and he makes it through. And so far, Crazy is in the lead. Granted, I don't know what other items the other players have found so far, but he is rewarded with the Rib of Vlad, and that is part of the win condition for this tournament race. You need to find all 5 pieces of Vlad to beat the game, and then go towards the center clock room, fight Shaft, Dracula, all that fun stuff. Darkblade, that might be one of the few weapons in the game that is stronger than the Graham. So, as far as like standard swords go, Crazy isn't even going to go after that mana refill? Dang. What a Chad. Yeah, Dark Blade is slightly stronger. Goes ahead and puts that on. And I think Crazy is grabbing the warp and staying in the second castle. This is an interesting strategy. I don't disagree with it because your movement in this... Oh, he's not even grabbing the warp. Because he has the library card. That's why. So he is kind of saying, I'm going to use that library card to go to the first castle. And I'm going to stay in the second castle as long as I possibly can. So, I mean, with that in mind, we'll see if this route pays off for him. Renan also doing a similar idea, it seems like, here in the bottom center. Doing more item checks. And also staying in the second castle. I honestly would have considered going first castle, but this is a route divergence that is going to be at the discretion of each of these players. So we'll see how they handle it. I think Crazy is finally saying, you know what, I have yet to save. This hallway might be a little scary. This might be the time to finally use my save. And with that, this does prevent Crazy from absolutely like needing to forfeit if he dies to like Medusa or like gets poisoned in this room or something like that. So one thing that's nice about the Black Panthers in these hallways is if you do a jump slash, they are hard programmed to like hug the floor and then like leave you alone. So that's one way to deal with them relatively easily. And now it's time for everyone's favorite boss in the game with the bodacious butt. Shoutouts to Medusi.com. Feel free to check out www.medusi.com for all of your Medusi needs. And the reward for killing that boss is the Fairy Scroll, which is essentially useless. All it does is show you the names of enemies as you kill them. So, you know, fun stuff. And it seems like everybody is staying in the second castle. Did they have like a gentleman's agreement to stay in the second castle? I want to check in on the other competitors for stream number 2 to see if any of them have decided to go first castle. Classic Advent seems to be the only person that we see right now who has decided to go to the first castle. And you know who also might just be in the lead compared to everybody else? And that's Scrimps. Scrimps seems to be almost a Aquadon by now, but is choosing not to fight Aquadon due to the fact that he does not have a transformation yet. So we'll keep in mind that Scrimps is dying to imps right now. Finds the rune sword. Very interesting. And we will see how this plays out in just a little bit here. Yeah, Crazy is like not that far behind actually. So it seems like both Scrimps and Crazy doing similar routes right now. Yeah, Crazy Four Blades also opting to skip Aquadon for now. You know who I think is not going to skip Aquadon? Durdrak. Yep. Durdrak choosing to go to the left instead to go fight Aquadon. And the thing is normally you need a transformation to go fight Aquadon, but with this relatively new skip that was found not too long ago, you can actually use a front slide to get enough momentum to transfer that into a crouch stab that pushes you under the barrier that blocks you from fighting Aquadon. So we'll see how this works out for Durdrak. Usually you want to map buffer the trick just to make it a little bit easier on you, but we'll see. Yep, here it is. Map buffer, double jump, map buffered, front slide. Oh, doesn't get the front slide. It's a relatively tight window to get because you need to make sure you're not holding any direction when you touch the floor. There it is. Buffers the crouch stab. There it is. And now you just wiggle through the hallway, and now you can fight the boss. No transformation needed. Ooh, Crazy Four Blades found a shield rod, by the way, dropped by, I think, a Minotaur. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out for him. Durdrak going for the patented Hellfire strategy. I don't personally like it because I think it's a little sketchy because Aquadon is trying to grab you this whole time. But it seems powerful enough to kill him in just 2 casts. So maybe I'm just the old man yelling at the cloud, not ready to move on to the future technology. And Eye of Vlad is acquired. That's huge. That means Durdrak is possibly at a huge advantage, having been the first person, quite possibly, to find that Vlad relic. And now he needs to do the same skip to get out of here. Meanwhile, Crazy Four Blades using that rune sword to beat up on the fake Castlevania 3 trio here. Just ducking under the bone crosses being thrown out by Ralph Belmont. Everyone's favorite Belmont. Ren opting to use the Medusa Shield Spell Rod attack instead. And honestly, it seems to be doing an okay job. Crazy Four Blades getting cursed. Has to rely on spells here. Spells and fist attacks are the only things you can use while cursed. But Crazy is the first to deal with the trio. And it's taking quite a long time to find his Dark Blade in his inventory. And Ren is the first to escape with the merman statue. Crazy finds it not too long after. So with this in mind, it looks like Ren is kind of in the lead. He has like a soft lead, if you will. But we'll see. Because like I said, Durdrak definitely with the extra Vlad relic in his inventory looking quite nice. I also want to check in on Scrimps real quick. Scrimps gets the reverse All Rocks warp and then uses the library card to go to the first castle. So this is going to be our glimpse at Gravity Boots here in the library for this seed. I guess that is the question. When do you want to use your library card? I imagine each player has a different idea of when it's optimal to use it. So we'll see how it pans out. All of these players are going to be required, however, to do Aquadon at some point. So we'll see how that goes. Seems like these players have all opted to go to the first castle. Meanwhile, the only one on this side who has gone to the first castle is Alex. And so far hasn't found anything too great. But we'll see. And on top of that, Crazy Four Blades also choosing to use the library card, and Renan doing the same as well. Durdrak, however, decided, I want to save my library card for later, and is instead using the All Rocks Warp as a way to get back to Castle Keep, and is now in the first castle, the intended way through Castle Keep. Yeah, Crazy and Ren are doing essentially the same route, and they are very, very close to each other. So I'm very curious to see how this little rivalry is going to go, and I'm also curious to see if Durdrak's early Aquadon trick is going to give him an advantage. I think so. It's honestly not that hard of a trick to learn. I've been doing it a lot in my, like, for fun randomizers and races and stuff, but... Ooh, Dragon Helm drop. That is going to help overall defense and attack. Oh, and Varda as well is also very good. And Soul of Wolf is acquired. Soul of Wolf gives access to every single wolf movement option, including the charge and the lowered MP as well. Crazy, transform into wolf. That shit's busted. On God, for real, for real. Thank you. He's listening. He's not actually listening. He probably was just waiting for the right time to transform because he wanted to kill those enemies. Also, I'm noticing Alex has Soul of Bat. I don't know where that came from, but there is Soul of Bat somewhere in the first castle. Yeah, I get the trick first try every time. So true. So true. Yeah, Crazy Four Blades with a tiny bit of a lead here, but it is not guaranteed by any means. I'm also very curious where the frick Soul of Bat came from. It could be Spirit Orb or something, maybe? Oh, no, it's Outer Wall. It's just at the Outer Wall. Dude, using the library card is insane. You get Wolf Movement, you get Gravity Boots, and you get Soul of Bat all right next to each other. That's fucked up. Oh, no. So anybody who decides not to use their library card early is in for a world of hurt. And you know who didn't use their library card early? Durdrak. But does find another Vlad relic, though. Is this where you use it? Yo. Durdrak said, fuck it, we ball. We're going to the library, too. So Durdrak's honestly not that far behind and has 3 of the 5 Vlad relics already acquired. That's actually really good info. There's only 2 left in the seed, so I really am kind of pulling for Durdrak because he went out of his way to do the early Aquadon skip, and I kind of want that to pay off. So call me a little biased here, but I'm keeping Durdrak, my eye on Durdrak in the corner. Jewel of Open acquired at Fire of Bat. Dude, library card is so busted in the seed. You get Gravity Boots, Wolf, Soul of Bat, and then you just find Jewel of Open immediately after. That's wild. Oh, Durdrak's route also has a slight bit of a synergy, which is you don't have to do this. So Crazy has to go through the clock tower to get to Castle Keep because he used the library card to get to the first castle, which means he hasn't been to Castle Keep yet, which means he doesn't have the warp. So if he wants that warp and wants to do these checks, he has to go this way. Whereas Durdrak will be able to just use the warp to warp there immediately. Was that a library card? Dropped from the Vandal Sword. Did I see that right? It was the right sprite. It's a library card from Vandal Swords. Holy shit. Oh. Okay, Crazy Four Blades fucking finds the jackpot there. Wow. I don't know if any... Because I never check those guys. They take forever to spawn. Why would I sit there and wait for them to spawn? Oh, I'd be so mad if Crazy is like, yeah, dude, I just killed the Vandal Sword. I got 10 library cards. It was actually super easy. I'd be so mad. So we'll see if those 2 extra library cards come into play. He could have tried to farm for more of them, but he decides 2 is good enough. And honestly, I'm one to agree. There becomes a point of diminishing returns with library cards, where obviously warping to this, like, a center part of the castle with a warp right next to it is pretty useful. Don't get me wrong. But how many times do you really need to... Wait, why does he only have 1? I thought he got 2 of them. I saw 2 of them drop, but he only got 1. Huh. Alex checked Vandal Sword earlier as well. Gotcha. Thanks for keeping an eye on the extra competitors for me. I only got 1 eyeballs. Oh, you know what's funny? Durdrak definitely saw Soul of Bat, but is opting to skip it for now. Because he is past Outer Wall at this point for sure, which is really funny. So he's going back to get it. He's like, I don't need it right now, so why grab it? That's actually really funny. You know what else is funny? The fact that yeah, Durdrak is now... Dude, Durdrak is catching up so much time. He's doing the castle keep checks at the same time as Ren doing the castle keep checks, but he already has done Aquadon and has the Eye of Vlad. So I'm not sure if if Durdrak's route is just more efficient or what's going on, or if his movement's just better. But I feel like Durdrak is not that far behind and already has an extra Vlad relic. So he's my dark horse right now for winning the whole damn thing right now. And he's a previous tournament winner, so it wouldn't surprise me if he pulled out a huge W this time. But we'll see. Alex decided to go to the Caverns early, which is an interesting decision. I don't disagree with it. This is a quick little tangent, but Alex got Bat early, was early into the second castle, and found Jewel of Open early. So with this in mind, you can do Spike Breaker pretty early. And Alex also has skipped the library entirely because he does not have the Wolf Relic yet. So it's very possible that this early Caverns check also does pay off. So we'll see how that goes. I'm very, very curious. I'd say if you want to see a spicy route, keep your eye on the bottom left at what Alex is doing. Meanwhile, Crazy sizing up Slugger and Gaibon, takes him down with just a few slashes. Grabs the Spirit Orb. So nothing really interesting in Alchemy Lab. And I think Alex has skipped Alchemy Lab at this point. So it is possible if you commit to that Alchemy Lab skip, you might just win out. That is the part of randomizers where they do indeed be random, where sometimes an entire location that has multiple relics turns out to just be a bunch of duds, and you don't even need to go there at all. So... But yeah, out of everyone we've seen taking this general route, Crazy seems to have a slight lead, is missing 1 Vlad relic. We'll see if that comes up and bites him in the ass later. He does have that extra library card, which I'm not sure if Ren ended up finding or not, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I don't think anybody has checked Spirit Orb yet that we have seen, so this might be the first time we're seeing someone check Spirit Orb from our perspective. Yeah, this is looking like a close race. It looks like a familiar card. He's trying to double check, yeah, the item pickup in the way. But it looks like a familiar card. Durdrak doing a little bit of fancy wolf movement there in the bottom right-hand corner. We found Gold Ring, a demon card. Interesting. Interesting shout. Gas Cloud acquired, which does increase your intelligence to 99. So spells now become like freaking mini nukes almost. Like a Tetra Spirit is going to do like insane damage. Not that these players are hurting for damage. I think that most of them have a Varda by now. Yeah, chat. Who do you think's winning this? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, in the chat box, whatever you got. Who are you rooting for? Which horse do you have all of your money on? I personally want to see Durdrak succeed because of the cool skip. But it is anyone's game up to this point. Crazy opts to get the Allrocks warp first. Doesn't even check. Oh, is getting the Allrocks warp saying I'm gonna go Caverns anyway, so we don't even necessarily need to fight Allrocks. And is going to check the form of mist on the way out, I guess? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Interesting decision making. Honestly, I would have done it the other way around in case it was Vanilla Mist, but that's just me. Because if this is Vanilla Mist, you do get kind of punished. But everyone's taking this route. Why is everyone taking this route? All three of them decided to go to this first. What the heck? And then they're doing it on the way back. What if it was Mist? Then you could have done Silver Ring early. But I guess if it is Mist, you don't care because Silver Ring's pretty low in the complexity at that point then, right? Maybe actually is the logic. Either way. Funny enough, we've been watching how these players have been playing, and Durdrak has a clean lead over Ren right now. And he has an extra Vlad relic. And he's not that far behind Crazy Four Blades. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We might see Durdrak take it all. Meanwhile, I guess these guys are all going to the Cavern, so let's take a quick peek at everybody over on the other screen. Similar route seems to have happened for Scrimps, because we see Scrimps in the Catacombs with 2 Vlad relics. You know who has missed, though? Classic Advent. And I think that might have been at Spikebreaker, because Classic Advent is coming from the Spikebreaker location, interestingly enough. So we'll see. Oh no, is Sestrin at the beginning of the game? Did Sestrin not save? Oh, that's pretty brutal. Well, happens to the best of us and the rest of us even. So let's go ahead and pay attention now, see what's going on in the Caverns, because we've yet to pay attention to any specific Caverns checks. Alex found Tooth at Grand Floon. Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, generally, out of all of these players in their movement, I expect people like Durdrak and Classic Advent to have incredibly clean movement. These are high-level, like, speedrunners, let alone randomizer players. Succubus dropping the familiar card, not even worth looking at. And Durdrak is almost caught up to Crazy Four Blades, and like I said, has the extra Vlad relic in their inventory. This could be big. Oh, Alex has a shit ton of library cards. Holy. Will the library card difference matter? Double Varda library cards? Grabs Form of Mist. Alex, also a sleeper contender for doing well here, because I don't know if if Scrimps. Yeah, Scrimps doesn't have those library cards because Scrimps hasn't used one yet. Looks like Classic Advent is using one, though. And Classic Advent with 3 Vlad relics so far. Ooh. Depending on what's at Holy Glasses, this might matter. Because Silver Ring is missing, but probably doesn't matter. There's actually a lot of players who can all do well here. Very interesting stuff. Looks like nothing at Scylla. Looking at this, it looks like it was maybe a familiar card or something. What was it? Let's find out. Could be literally nothing, too. Oh, Cuba Zoe. There it is. And Crazy Four Blades riding the Orman's boat. We'll see if Durdrak does the same. Very interesting race so far, I will say. A lot of potential wins. Oh, Durdrak doesn't have Merman statue because Durdrak never fought the trio. Durdrak killed Aquadon and then grabbed the warp and then left. So depending on what's at... Oh, that explains how we caught up. Oh, shit. This could be big depending on what's here. Crazy Four Blades finds Echo of Bat. Oh, no. You don't need that. It was a bait. Oh, and just like that, Durdrak takes a huge lead. Massive lead. Damn, it's unfortunate that it works out that way, but it be what it is. It be what it is. And not only that, so long as Durdrak doesn't commit to skipping Grand Falloon, I guess, this is looking like a really solid route. We don't know where the ring is. Ring of Vlad, I think, is unknown, except Alex has found it? Wait. Alex has both ring and tooth? Was ring at Holy Glasses? Dude. Ring was at Grand Falloon? Then where was Tooth? I thought Tooth was at Grand Falloon. I guess we're going to find out. Ring was Soul of Bat. Oh, and that's Final Vlad. Oh my god. But wait, where's Glasses? Glasses might be... Merman statue? Is Glasses at Merman statue? I don't see anybody with glasses in their inventory. Where the fuck is the glasses? Wait, it could also be, what's his name? Could be at Silver Ring. It could also be at, just chilling at, All Rocks, because I haven't seen anyone do All Rocks yet. This is going to be a race for where his glasses. Does Durdrak leave here? Or does he stay? Durdrak is staying. But I don't know if Durdrak has another library card to leave. So Durdrak might still be considering leaving here. Dude. Alex has all 4 Vlad relics except for the Eye of Vlad as well. This is interesting. This is an interesting seed. Ren finds nothing at Merman statue, by the way. It was a bait the whole time. Alex is going to be doing Alchemy Lab, which we know is nothing. And this is the defining moment. Durdrak is back at the save room. Refills MP. Oh, no. Well, we know he's not cheating. Not that anyone is, but god damn. That is unfortunate. And you know what it is to me? I wonder if it's the pressure of feeling like I know my opponents are going to be doing the most deranged, evil, ridiculous routes. I have to skip things. I have to try and outplay them somehow. And I wonder if that pressure is getting to him. Or maybe he decided, you know what? I'm down to skip Merman statue. I'm down to skip Grand Falloon because I already have 3 Vlad relics. Maybe the odds are just in his mind. There's got to be at least 2 in second castle, right? Or no, he's thinking I'm going to get at least another one here in the first castle, right? Oh, man. It's impossible to tell what the right play is. So it's an unfortunate skip, but it is, at the end of the day, something that is quite common. Fist of Tulkas being used by Durdrak versus All Rocks. I want to take a quick peek here. 4 out of the 5 Vlad relics also acquired for Scrimp. Scrimp seems to be doing just fine. Same for Classic Advent. There's a lot of players who have taken similar routes and have 4 out of the 5 Vlad relics and are missing the glasses. So as soon as glasses are found, those players have everything they need to just go to the second castle and beat the game. But they have to realize that the final Vlad is in the second castle. So do they see the relics from each other? No. You are not allowed to look at your opponent's gameplay. It is just you trying to figure it out as fast as you can. Durdrak finds Fire of Bat. All Rocks was also nothing. So we're going to see what's at Silver Ring. My guess is it's Holy Glasses, right? No, wait, it can't be Holy Glasses. Huh? Right? This can't be Holy Glasses. Because Echo was found at Merman Statue, and Merman Statue was in the second castle. Alex is checking the Holy Glasses location, which is Vanilla Holy Glasses? Wow. Holy Glasses is vanilla. This is just Leapstone. I mean, sure, I'm not going to be mad that I got Leapstone, but like, yeah, Durdrak's resetting it away. Interesting. Where's Durdrak resetting to? Is he resetting back to the catacombs? He's resetting back to catacombs. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's the decision here? What's the plan? He did all of Alrox and found nothing. He's going back! He did the biggest save split of all time! Was he thinking, oh my god, the final Vlad could still be at Silver Ring, so let me check that first? Durdrak's Vlads aren't showing up on the tracker for some reason. I don't know why that is. That's probably just a tracker bug. But, oh my god. Is Ren ahead? I don't think so, because they're tied right now. They're fighting the same boss at this point. And Durdrak has one extra Vlad relic. He should have Heart of Vlad, Rib of Vlad, Eye of Vlad at the very least, but it's just not showing up on the tracker for some reason. So where the fuck is Holy Glasses? Oh yeah, we already saw it. It's vanilla. Wait, so that means Alex is the first to have 4 Vlads and Holy Glasses. Will he decide to go to the second castle? Because that could be a huge power play for Alex. This could be a huge upset. Alex definitely very frustrated by their play yesterday. More people also with the ability to win the game here. This is crazy because if anybody else did the All-Rock skip here, they'd have the extra Vlad relic and they would just be winning. Classic Advent. Doing the Silver Ring check, hoping to find Final Vlad. Scrimp's not too far behind. A lot of people with a lot of Vlad relics in their inventory. I'm going to go back to the other team here in a second. I want to see if Classic Advent is going to the second castle or not. Because Classic Advent was first, I want to say, to leave the castle. Something like that. Also has a Chrysogram, which is quite nice. This is looking like a I'm going to second castle now. Hasn't fought Hippogriff yet. I'm going to quickly check in on the other team. Oh, did Durdrak not have mist in their inventory? He had to go back for it or something? Why is he in the spike room? I thought he saved after. He didn't save. He thought he did. Oh, so he was missing mist. Oh. Wow. Okay, so now it's going to come down to, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I can't keep track of everything. I can't keep track of everything. But if Advent goes to the second castle right now, which is what he's doing, he might be stealing this run. He might be getting first place. Fitting for a world record holder for this game. To also be getting the world record for this randomizer seed, potentially. We don't know. Gamba idea, screen 1, screen 2. Next one. On the next one, we'll definitely do it. This is an insane seed. It's going to be hard to keep track of who does what. So Advent needs to figure out which route to take now. Because I actually don't know which second castle bosses Advent has done yet. So we'll see. Looks like none of them. So if Advent decides to do left side, well, you spawn on the left side. So, oh, Advent forgot. Okay, he's already done that. Oh my god, if he goes towards Medusa right now, we'll see if he uses the warp or not. If he uses the warp, he's using the warp. He's using the warp. Or maybe he's just grabbing it for later? Okay, he's not using the warp. I thought he had the outer wall warp, so he was going back there because we spawn at the outer wall in the reverse outer wall for the seed. But instead is going to Medusa. This could be a W. Quite possibly. Are these two teams against each other? I said teams, but they aren't teams. No, it's everybody. It's a free-for-all. It's just I have two screens, and I meant to say screens. So I have this like set of 4 players, and I have another set of 4 players, and I'm swapping between their positioning. So looks like Durdrak has 4 because reminder he has or no, is that all 5? So Durdrak actually has all 5 Vlad relics because he's the only one with the Eye of Vlad. Nobody else has found Eye of Vlad, but he definitely has the Rib, and he definitely has the Heart of Vlad. We saw him pick those up earlier. So Durdrak just needs Holy Glasses to win. Ren, I think, is missing, Ring of Vlad, which is in Library. Alex, wait, did Alex die, or did he reset? No, I think Alex might have died, because he had a bunch of stuff, and we missed it. He might have died somewhere. That's really unfortunate. Or he reset, and his relics aren't showing up properly. I don't know. We'll have to check the replay on that one. But we came back just in time, and I think Advent is stealing this one. Because we know that this is the final Vlad. There it is. About 36 minutes into the seed. Classic Advent is in go mode right next to the end of the game. Massive. Absolutely massive. There we go. Damn. You love to see it. Gamers, you love to see it. So everybody who thought that staying in the second castle was always the correct play, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not. I wish we could have seen more directly which checks Advent decided to skip, but this is looking quite clean. Quite clean with it. Which is to be expected from a world record holder. And just enough MP to make it here. MP management, Advent knows that. Advent knows that. Bam. Waiting for the clock statue. And not far behind, actually, is Scrimps, of all people. Scrimps also deciding to go to the second castle and isn't too far behind. Who else is here? Durdrak finds Holy Glasses, has all of the Vlads. Doesn't show up on the tracker, but does have all the Vlads. Crazy Four Blades has 4 of the 5 Vlads and Holy Glasses. Ren has 3 of the 5 Vlads and Holy Glasses. But funny enough, these players whom which we were not necessarily following the whole time seem to be are going to be Classic Advent first place and Scrimps second place. A very different showing from yesterday's races where Ren won 2 back-to-back uncontested. So we're having a new race winner so far for this tournament. Crazy stuff happening all the time. You love to see it. Yeah, Advent doesn't even need more MP. Says screw it. Chrysogrim plus double Varda is enough. And I agree, it is enough. It is enough. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. From everything that I knew about how Advent was talking, it felt like Advent hasn't been practicing Randomizer too much and was like, you know what, I'll enter the tournament for fun. We'll see what happens. And just like that, is about to get a first place finish. 8 total points added to their total for today, helping them potentially make it to the upper part of the final bracket. Reminder that these are the preliminary matches. So what you want to do is you want to place well in these prelim matches. You earn points for these prelim matches that then enhance your chances of making it to the final bracket, as well as placing well in that final bracket. So we're going to be moving on to 1v1 races after this week of prelim races are over. And the 1v1 races, that's when things are going to get actually pretty damn crazy, if I do say so myself. But yeah, Classic Advent with a 32:26 final time. GG's. Another world record under the belt. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, Classic Advent winning was not on my radar, but I'm happy to have seen it. Did I say 32? What did I say? 38. Sorry, 38-26 was the final time. And Scrimps loading up a second place time potentially so long as he doesn't die here. 28-4 damage is not that big of a deal. Shrug it off. You got the Vorpal Blade, I presume some Vardas, and there it is. 39-39. GG's. Second place. And then we have Durdrak making his way to the clock room with Crazy not that far behind. This was a close-ass race. Very close race. And it looks like Ren is just now getting Holy Glasses and the final Vlad, or the final Vlad in the first castle, I should say. You love to see it. Some very, very tight racing from these players. Some pretty interesting final times. It looks like the early second castle definitely did pay off. Probably because of the early Soul of Bat that a lot of these players found. Is probably my guess. Yeah, close race with a bunch of different routes. That was my goal for these presets, was hopefully different routes kind of converge together to be close enough that it comes down to execution and decision making. You know, with a little bit of obviously getting lucky does matter, but I could not have hoped for a better showcase for today's race. Wow. A bunch of very close competitors. A lot of interesting routes. I mean, Durdrak, Crazy, and Ren were all like chasing each other neck and neck for most of it. And I thought that these three were going to be the ones to finish first, second, and third. But little did I know that we had two heaters happening on the other screen between Classic and Scrimps. And they finished first and second. But it's looking like Durdrak's about to line up for a third place win. How many players are playing right now? We had 8 players enter this particular race. So far, I think we've had 10 total enter races generally. So depending on how many people enter the prelim races is going to determine how many people make it to the final bracket. I think the maximum number of players we could have for a bracket would be 12, but potentially 8 is the number I'm maybe looking at. So we'll see. GG's, Durdrak. GG's. Because we still have more races, so we could still technically take in more players if more players are interested in joining. It is an open qualifier, so anyone can show up and join and have fun and play. Third place goes to Durdrak, with Crazy not too far behind. And it looks like Ren is also on his way to the clock room. It is interesting to see the player who won 2 races back-to-back yesterday now looking to be getting, what is this, 5th place? Assuming nothing bad happens? And assuming nobody on the other screen is about to snipe? And Ren is doing something here on the right side. I'm not sure what. Yeah, Ren's still missing a Vlad relic. And he's going to Beelzebub. Did he forget about Aquadon? Oh, no. Hold on. Ren might be... The first place, the double first place finisher might be getting turbo sniped here in a second. But first, let's say GG's to Crazy 4blades. The 4 in his name stands for getting 4th place this time around. And I'm going to do a quick little maneuvering of the players so we can get a better look at everybody here. So I should be able to just do this. Bam. Swap over to this one. And now we could have all 4 of the remaining competitors on one screen here. Just going to take a second for it to load in. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, the person who we thought was probably next in line is Ren, but Ren has yet to find the Vlad relic and is continuing to move farther and farther away from Aquadon, who we know has the final Vlad. Meanwhile, Alex does have 4 Vlad relics here in the bottom right, as well as holy glasses. So theoretically, so long as Alex decides to go to the right location, Alex could come out as a victor here. That's twice in a row where progression in the second castle has fucked me. That is true. I will say both players who finished first and second did completely different routes from what I saw. I wasn't focusing on them crazy, but it seems like Classic and Scrimps both decided to use that library card relatively early, or at the very least go to first castle early. Your route was very strong. Durdrak's route was incredibly similar to yours. The only difference is that Durdrak decided to skip Trio, but instead do Aquadon, which gave Durdrak the extra Vlad relic early and skipped Merman statue. So Durdrak never had to do Holy Symbol. So those two things is what... But other than that, you guys' route was incredibly similar. I think he was also missing a library card. So I think you had one extra library card that he didn't. Something like that. If I didn't go to Silver Ring, I would have went reverse Caverns and not Aquadon. Interesting, yeah. Early first castle was definitely the answer, and I guessed wrong. The reason it was the answer specifically was because the outer wall plus library combo in this seed was insane. It was gravity boots plus wolf plus bat, all within like a tiny radius of each other. Like, anybody who got access to those relics early had a pretty big advantage, for sure. There was a couple of things that kind of evened out the timing of things. The early Aquadon helped you out a lot, Durdrak. Or at least in my mind, it helped you out a lot because you could be somebody like Ren who is like, you know, doing this right now. Shrug. Yeah, this seed was pretty ridiculous, I will say. I mean, the timing difference between early second castle, or sorry, staying in second castle and early first castle wasn't that big, which is pretty interesting to think about. 1 or 2 relic skips could have made the difference, so. At least from my perspective, it seemed to like even with the early outer wall being as broken as it was, it seemed like a relatively balanced seed. Which is interesting. Assuming that you don't do what Ren's doing and, you know. It was also weird that Leapstone was at Silver Ring. Like, that was a weird one. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that sometimes you get stuff in the second castle and it turns out to just be duds. You know what I mean? Also, for everybody who is been racing, how has the complexity counting been? Have you guys been attempting to count complexity even though you started in the second castle? Because that's something that I had a really hard time doing in my practice like runs. But I do think that there could be some potential there. I have no idea what's going on. Let's go! Congratulations on the W. Advent. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to really see because we were watching the other group. So as far as you guys go, I mean, if you post your replays, maybe we'll check out the replays before the next match begins. Although that's supposed to happen in 30 minutes, right? Either way. Because I am curious to see what difference you guys' routes were, because you guys were pretty close. I've read some complexity. Once I check second castle progression, I ignore it. Interesting. Interesting. And Ren finally finds the Eye of Vlad. Stop showboating, Ren. He's going to complain so hard. Dude, Ren's going to be like, I check everything in the second castle, of fucking course. It's the last thing I check. Blah, blah, blah. Considering how he got God Route twice in a row yesterday, he can't really complain. It's when you get extreme good luck, it has to balance out with extreme bad luck. Everybody knows this. Flawless impression. What can I say? I've been in a call with him enough times. Yeah. These seeds have definitely been interesting. I actually really like the Chimera second castle start. And that start in particular wasn't too bad, which is nice. Nice to see compared to some of the more brutal starts that do exist. From my look, I didn't see too many players die. I think Sestrin was having a rough time early game. I think Eldritch might have died at some point and lost like 20 minutes, which looked brutal. But other than that, yeah, I think the strat is definitely early levels if you can afford it. Just kill whatever enemy you can kill early, get a couple levels under your belt. So. Haven't been playing SotN much recently, but so far the tournament set seems pretty good. I hope so. I did put a lot of thought and effort into trying to make the presets unique enough while also fitting into the gimmick of second castle start without it feeling too, like, bullshit. There's definitely some bullshit, don't get me wrong, but at the very least, I'm hoping that it's fun sometimes and not the type of bullshit that's just, like, frustrating at all times, but I don't know. Symphony of the Night Randomizer is hard to balance for competitive reasons, for sure, but that's like every randomizer. I don't know. Some of my favorite randomizers to watch and play are also kind of a gamble fest. So, it happens. Like, I think the Super Metroid map rando is, like, super cool and interesting and, like, awesome ways to express your skill all over in that game. And then sometimes it's like, oh, you decided to go into this one room that just so happened to have gravity, which then opened up the rest of the... You know what I mean? Like, it happens. Sometimes you just get lucky and win because of it. It happens. I think Rando's come close to a good card game with skill luck balance, and it isn't necessarily bad. It's like, yeah, it's a skill luck balance for sure. It's just the type of skills are a combination of execution and like pattern recognition and like risk reward, that sort of thing. Damn, it is kind of wild that Ren is just now finishing. Alex is so close to sniping him. I think Alex also had a pretty untimely death or something, or a reset. Because Alex had 4 Vlad relics and glasses, I think like 30 minutes into the seed. And then had to like reacquire a bunch of stuff. But GG's to Ren getting 5th place. I'll definitely check out the replays, I think, for Scrimps and Classic after this, because I do want to take a look. And if you guys haven't seen the replay function before, it is really cool. So stick around for that for sure. But GG's to Ren. And we have Alex finishing up here in just a little bit. GG's. He's going to be in my chat any second now. Just wait for it. Replays are going to look broken because of second castle. That should have been fixed, I'm pretty sure. GG's, Alex. GG's. It wasn't fixed? I thought it was fixed. I guess we're going to find out that it wasn't fixed. To my understanding, the change to second castle start, skipping the walk-in, and you just spawn at castle entrance, the entrance gate, was a way to fix the replays. Talek said, fuck that. No. The change to second castle start is what fixed it. To my understanding. Like, there's a workaround that is why the second castle start is the way that it is. Or sorry, it's prologue skip. They will look broken. Oh, well then, whatever. My bad. Just imagine the map upside down. Smiley face. So I was misunderstanding what you were saying, and you were saying the right thing, but I was wrong. And then, what is wrong with his tracker, though? Where's his Vlad relics? Surely he has more than 0. He also definitely has, like, gravity boots. I don't know. Something weird's happening with the tracker. No, he definitely has some. No, Eldritch has gotten some. He's definitely gotten some. I've seen him get some. I was there. He's gonna relic skip. Yeah, you did a soft reset, and then 2 of your Vlad relics disappeared at one point, Durdrak. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but oh well, it happens. Oh, well. Yeah, it doesn't help that the tracker was originally created by a community member who we all love and respect dearly, but said, nah, I'm done. Like, I'll update some stuff, but I can't be fucked to bother with other stuff. I'm mad I wasted a mana prism at Richter. Oh yeah, these guys drop mana prisms over here. Is Eldritch on his way to the end of the game? Is that what he's doing? This kind of feels like he's on his way to the end of the game, because why else would he be back here? Yeah, hashtag not my code, exactly. Well, I guess we're going to see what the replays look like. So long as it can validate a playthrough is legit, even if it looks all fucked up, I guess it still serves the purpose that I want it to serve, which is just an extra verification that people actually played the game. Smiley face. So we'll definitely take a look at that after Eldritch finishes up here, which he is not going to the end of the game, which means he's definitely missing a Vlad relic, which means we're in for a long one, folks. Get comfy. We might end up delaying the next race. I don't think he forgot that he has Vlads. He probably skipped one of the Vlads in the first castle, probably Grand Falloon. That's a common one that a lot of people skip. Grand Falloon being a relic, I think, is just one of the things that happens here. Again, if the tracker worked, I would have a better understanding of exactly what happened, but, you know. It's you and me, chat. We're stuck in here together. Just made myself a bagel. We in for a long ride? Yeah, exactly. It's funny seeing people get like 6 Vardas and then using a library card and seeing them in the shop too. Yeah, that is funny. Oh, that reminds me. Once we start the final bracket, I need to talk to Weecock. I think I might ask him to work with me on commissioning emotes or something for placements. Duplicator? There was a duplicator there the whole time? Why didn't you guys kill all the fucking gremlin, or what are these guys? Cave trolls. I think it'd be cool to get some custom emotes made for the Discord. Ren got one too? Oh. Not like it mattered. Final bracket, I want to add the bracket to Medici.com. Oh, that'll be easy. I'm just going to do it through challenge, so we can just have it linked to the challenge link. Yo, is that the quadruplicator? Holy shit! Wait, why is he only putting one duplicator on? Doesn't he know if he puts on 2 duplicators, it duplicates the duplicator? Noob. Looks like Sestrin with the forfeit maybe ran out of time. Yeah, understandable. And here we are again. It looks like Eldritch should be able to finish this up eventually. Hopefully time allows for it. But I think I'm just going to end the video here, and then we're going to check out, or no, I guess we could, yeah, we'll check out the replay real quick, actually. So let me see if I can do that in a way that doesn't, oh no, I can't check out the replay until the race finishes. Okay, then never mind. We were probably not going to check out the replay then. Sad. But I'll just end the video of this one here, and then we'll see you in the next one. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, join the live stream for more tournament action. We're going to get to the bracket probably soon by the time you're watching this, so stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.